Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for this week's decoration I'm going to be using Planner's Anonymous PAU. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I think my favourite part of this kit is the minis. I just think that the little cheerleader minis are really cute, and I love the minis that are on these sort of pennants. So I think that's where I'm going. The only part here that I'm struggling with is I know I want to put like the pennants sitting on the top. I might put the pink one in the middle. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to have them actually stuck there or if I'm going to have it so they fold up, and I'm leaning towards folding. I just think it will look cool. Yeah, okay, we're going to lean up. So, if we're going to lean up, we need some washies. We need some papers. Okay, cool, righto. So, what's the easiest piece of paper to write on the back of? Because they're all kind of busy, which is fine. What I actually might do is do it the other way and have it so that I can put these lines on the back instead. So I'm going to have it sit sort of there-ish and there. And the good thing is I can line these all up next to each other so that I don't waste as much paper. And I can have the pens. Okay, so we'll do it that way. So I need to trim to about here. That'll get me most of what I need. So I've just taken the sticky back off the die cut, and I can just stick that straight down, and then I can go ahead and cut it out. So I know I can cut this with my trimmer. I think I'm just going to cut it by hand. Just it's a very thick die cut. It means that I can just run my scissors right along the edge here, and it makes cutting this really easily. Okay, so I've got my pennants. I'm going to call them pennants. If that's wrong, someone just needs to tell me. And then I think what I'll do is put, I think I want to use the mini kind of week in here. So then I'm just going to add in, two things. I'm going to add, bugger, I was really hoping that would fit, but it's not going to. kind of just want to use the sprinkles. I don't really even want to use the paper. It's so bad. Okay, I'm going to use the pink. I'm going to use pink. I did kind of have this funny kind of weird thought about having it so that that locker opened and you could look in onto something, and now I'm kind of second guessing myself because I feel like I'm gonna have done way too much here. Alright, I'm just gonna try something. This is me getting over my paper cutter's guilt. So I'm going to trim this to about there. So I've got that locker. I'm going to trim off the blue at the bottom because I just want that to be a bit smaller to the ground. Oh, damn, that was close. Should have put a bit more there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim. Oh no, it's not going to work quite the way I want it to. I'm going to come back to that. The idea is still there. I just need to work out how I do it. Whoops. In the meantime, I am going to use the pink. So I'm going to put the pink along the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to put the pink along the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to put some washi tape down the side, and it's going to look awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick. I'm doing my floundering thing where I think this is all going to fall apart, and I'm scared. So if I'm a bit nervous and a bit kind of don't sound like I know what I'm doing right now, I don't. I've got no idea. And I'm just hoping that when I put all this together, it does what I want it to do. So I'm just sticking that down, cutting off the excess. I'll do that for all 4 of them. And then we'll add some washi tape. I want to add some stamps. And then we'll make this all come together. Before I put the washi, or some washi tape on, because I want to use some washi tape as well, I think. I'm just taking off all of my little bits. Oh, side note, I've finally been able to get my hands on some undo again, but I really liked using it in this dropper bottle, so I'm going to continue to do so. But undo is now back in stores, so if you are an undo fan like me and you were unable to get your hands on it, I can promise you it is back. Well, it is back in my store. It may not be back in everybody's store. So then I want to grab the stamp. And I just like the idea of these pens being sort of scattered everywhere. So just grabbing my acrylic block. And then this is Jellyfish ink from Lawn Fawn. It's really pale. I'll actually show you how pale this is. But it's just going to give me this nice kind of backgroundy thing. Where are the stickers? See, it's very subtle. It's very going to get lost in the background, but that's kind of what I want. So I'm just going to, there's 2 of these. So I've got a pen and what I would call a water brush pen. So I'm just going to randomly, before I do that, I should have, and I didn't think of it until afterwards, I was sort of thinking, oh no, it'll be fine, don't worry. I should have masked these, not put the paper down, sorry, before I did this. So I'm just going to mask these off so that I don't accidentally get ink on the paper. I could use not such great washi tape as the PA washi tape, but it's here and I never use all of it anyway, so I figure it's okay. And I'm just going to go straight over all of my days and dates and stuff because I'm not going to use them anyway. Alright, I just added in some little paper planes as well because I just felt it was a bit boring. So then once I've got these off, my thought originally was that I was going to put some of those pens down the outside. So they sort of sat like that. Actually, I don't mind that. I thought when I was thinking about it, I thought it sounded really silly, but now that I've got them there, I think they actually look rather cool. I'm going to save that bit. I'm just going to cut off the excess and trim off the bit that's covering up the paper, just to make sure I like it. And then from there I can decide if I want to do the other one. This is going, the more I'm liking it. It's just taking a while. Okay, so then we're going to put the positivity, the you did it, and the you're doing super on the top. And I'm going to use the leftover of that washi, so the bit that's actually got all the pens on it, to be able to stick that down. So I'm just going to put some on there and then just follow the line of the pennant. I might just need to come round the corner a little bit. It'll be an odd kind of washi shape, but it'll still work, or it should still work. There we go. And then if I go, so it's sort of folded over. Actually, I won't do it that way. I'll go right up against this edge and stick it. So you can't see it from the outside, from the other side, and then when you open it up, you've got it sitting there, and I've got places to write notes or do whatever I want to do. It's a bit weird, I'm happy to admit that, but I think it's still cool. I do very much like it. For this one, it's going to sit in the middle. Just trying to decide if it's easier to stick it together. No, do it separate. Do it separate. So I'm just going to line that up to the point. Oh, this is scary. Oh. And it will sit in there slightly apart, but it'll still make sense. And I'll do the same thing with the You're Doing Super. So I'm going to do those and I'll be right back. And the only thing I've just realised is I'm going to have to punch holes in the pennant. Oh dear. I did not think this through. Can you tell? Alright. So, let's mark some holes. And it's going to sit. Oh no, that one will be fine. That one will be fine. I was worried that that bottom one was going to peak, but it's not going to. I didn't line them up particularly well. That's okay. Problem is, actually I'll get my bigger one out. So the problem is that this is all a bit too thick for my teeny tiny little hole punch to go through, but if I used my bigger hole punch it wouldn't be a problem. Sometimes I make mistakes for no other reason than I'm lazy. Whoop! Don't drop heavy things on your mat. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of the date stickers on. I think the only part that I'm... No, you know what? I am going to do it. I wasn't going to put the stickers down the edge, but I'm going to run my sort of edge here down this side, like straight up against the edge, which I haven't done before. I am going to grab the sort of little top and bottom bit. So all that means is I just need to extend that sort of cut line. And it's so small, I'm actually quite happy to do this freehand. There we go. Now it's still going to end up being just a little bit short. So I can grab a bit of this, or actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's grab that first. The bottom one's the right one, isn't it? Yes, it is. I knew it was. So I'm just placing that down for a sec. I'm not pushing it hard. I'm just putting it there. And then once I've got going with sticking these ones down, because these ones are now going to stack, I can work out how big I need this one to be, and it'll all fit together. Okay. So I'm just going to trim off that little pom-pom, and I may come back and use it later. Now I can just stack them straight up, and hopefully it'll fit. I've just changed my mind. I don't like them being right up against the edge. So because these are good stickers and they have a bit of give, I can get them up and just move them over, and that'll solve my annoying it's in the wrong spot. Just means it's that little bit harder to keep them straight, but I'm sure I can work it out. Alright, so I've got my little sidebar. I'm going to put my days and my dates in very quickly, and then I'm going to add in all the other bits that I need. Alright, days in. Now we just need to put the things back in. So she has no appointments next week, which just makes me happy. But we do have swimming on Thursday and Saturday this week, which is different. Actually, we're moving to Saturdays, so that actually does make sense. And then I'm also going to pop one in for Wednesday because she's got her physio appointment. Now, for anyone playing along at home that is interested, Charlotte has started walking, finally. So all the physio appointments that we do are actually worth it because she has now started walking. So, yay. That's that and that. And then I need a reminder for Wednesday because it's photo day at daycare on Wednesday. Is there a little photo icon? No. There is a heart. Let's do a heart. Just feel like it needs something there. So that's photo day, and then we need something for the grand final on Sunday. That's actually perfect. So you've got the little, and it's going to sit beautifully next to the other little cheerleader girl. Actually, the more I think that actually fits in really beautifully, the fact that it's grand final, and you know I've got all these little cheerleaders. So then to finish this off, I'm not going to go back to my little locker idea. I'm going to leave that alone. But I am going to bring in the little cheerleader girl down here. I'm going to bring in a couple of these little minis because I think they're adorable. If I could do this again, I think the only thing I would do differently is that I wouldn't do the pennant in the middle. I'd find something else to do there. I just think it looks a bit funny as the two, and because I've had to punch into it twice, it just doesn't quite look the way I wanted it to, but it's still pretty good. I just need a couple of little things, and I'm just struggling. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. Just grabbing these two little swatchy ones, and I'm just going to trim them down. I did that with all of the days too. It's kind of an obsession. I can't just stick them in normally. I have to do my sticker surgery, or it just feels wrong. So we'll put that in. So I've got to go into the office 3 days next week. I'm only going to do 2. Because Sunday's kind of different, and it's already got the thing about the grand final, so it makes more sense. But I've got plenty of room here for my lists. I have so much to do still for Christmas. And I'm trying, and you heard it here first, I'm trying really hard to film enough content so that when I'm away on holidays, because I'm going on holidays this year, and I'm going for 3 weeks, and I won't be home. And I'm doing my darndest to film enough content. I have enough content, I just need the time to film it, so that you guys still get all the videos while I'm away. I am trying, and I've got to balance that with, obviously, everything I need to do beforehand, and packing, and all the things. So I am doing my best. If I don't get there, though, please don't be mad at me. Struggling here. I feel like I need something. I just can't work out what. Just going to add in another little cheerleader on this side. And I think there we go. I don't know why that one made all the difference, but it did. So there we go. That's my week using PAU. I have already done a project using this really, really cool kit. This isn't, I think I said it when I did the kit. When I did the project. This is one that I didn't think I'd like as much as I do. I love the minis. I think they're gorgeous. I will admit I don't like the papers as much, like the backing paper. I like that watercolor. I like still being able to write on them, and I feel like I can't with these ones. But I still found ways. You still find ways. And I've got, yeah, plenty of room to write lists and to-dos and all the bits and pieces that I need. So easy squeezy. I'm going to put this in my planner really quickly just so you can see what it looks like. Because that middle bit is a bit weird. Okay. So it works. This is what I'm going to do for the ones in the middle. So these ones are fine. They can flip up because they flip up. This one in the middle though, it won't do it because of the rings. So what I'm going to do is just have them so that these ones sit without any washi on the top and that they just flip. I have got my new inserts in here, so it's really full at the moment. So they just flip as per sort of the way they always would. I did mess up by not sort of making that straight. But I like that these two still come up and I've got that extra room. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have had the one in the middle. Anyway, I'm going to leave it and see what happens. Thank you for sticking with me through this one. I know it was a bit rambly and I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I always know roughly. I just sometimes the kit throws up too many ideas at me and I can't make them all work. So that was why this one felt a bit like that. If you did enjoy it though, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you subscribe. I have lots of planners and anonymous videos and I'm going to be using PA again next week in my planner to decorate with all for fall before we hit the Christmas decorations. So if you're interested, make sure you come back next week or just subscribe so you don't miss it. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome week and I will catch you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!